Okay, Aureil and Mystic, friend of the game. We haven't had Celestials versus Vanguard yet because MSRM has been hogging the King of the Hill King spot. But Aureil and Game Friend, both with their own cool ideas, their own optimizations, able to provide something interesting for us, I'm sure. Okay, it is the Celestial opener. 3 Argents into expand. Nerfed today. They made a patch specifically to nerf Celestials. This specific opener, the 3 Argent opener, and the Therium Purifier exploit, where the Therium Purifier just kills your opponent's base for some reason. How does he don't know how that happens? Bugs are a wonderful thing. Okay, we're going for the fast Hedgehog. This will be enough Therium. The barracks is even sold. Okay, nice. So we have enough money to make another habitat, another bob, another servo, and also the first hedgehog, which will comfortably shoo away this Argent. We'll have to dance around a little bit with the bobs, the workers. But once this hedgehog is out, the Argents are not in a comfortable place. So I did the same open today against Spooky, who was doing this opener. And there's just no getting away from this hedgehog. And the bobs are even here repairing the hedgehog, so... One Argent goes down. Hedgehogs can't fit through these trees. Oh, what are these guys doing here? These workers got a bit lost. Argents are taking a secret path around the map because they don't want to get caught out by the hedgehog, which is basically a natural predator of the Argent at this stage of the game. These 2 Argents are not at home to defend against anything that's being produced. So you can see Jay once again hunting these Argents down. That's a second Argent that went down. We have a low ground hedgehog too. I mean, there's a very injured Argent here. He needs to be careful. Jay sees it and kills it. So that's 3 Argents now. Have to be careful once this array finishes. It can immediately Sovereign's Watch. The Argent's actually running away from the Sovereign's Watch location. Hedgehog survives. We'll be able to make it home or into the health zone. Jay even getting a rank from killing all these Argents. This one's being searched, so the Argent comes out quick. Looks like we're going into this health zone. This one is being shift-clicked around the map also to join his friend in the health zone.
Dimensional rift detected.
I hate this. Yeah, you think it's so close, 48 out of 50 energy, so you start pulling your workers, and then it takes so long to get that 2 energy. But not a big deal. We get the nice expansion up. Quite heavy on the gas. It's going to allow us here too. We do need a barracks. I'm hoping Jay will remember that he needs a barracks. He can't build it anything like get tier 2, get another mech bay. He just can't do anything until he rebuilds the barracks. Stormgate, very favorable position for Vanguard. Aureil building his chambers in a way that blocks out hedgehogs. They are a bit chunkier than the Argents, so they can't fit through 1x1 gaps, whereas Argents can. Just making sure that there's no hedgehog aggression coming his way. And it looks like Aureil is just making chambers and Argents. For now, this will become a Therium Purifier. And what do we get? Again, Faerun would be ideal, and that's what we get. We get the Faerun. So that will allow... kind of going the wrong way onto the high ground there, but that will allow the sustained push. Like, he could probably just sit here, attack this, the Faerun heals. There are lots of Argents, so it's possible to just get blasted down before the Faerun can really heal anything. Is it GG? I'm not sure. As I say, like, the Argents can blast down the poor old hedgehogs. Might be time for a quick third base behind this and play defensively with the Faerun. Probably gonna blast down that power bank. No, we don't quite get anything here. Faerun getting target fired does go down. Obviously this is not how we prefer our hedgehogs to be. Just an enormous ball of Argents. Oof. We're getting walled in, so we want to leave. There's no way out that way. Oh, there is. They can fit through that. Okay. Apparently we needed another building to create the choke, because that was almost GG. Those hedgehogs will get trapped. They're not a stand and fight kind of unit. Do have Nano Swarm on the way, which is a huge problem for Celestials, because they don't get Purify until tier 3 now, so they can't purify off all of the Nano Swarms. Just have 2 medtechs for now. Cast Nano Swarm on the hedgehog in the front there. Dash is available and in comes a big Argent push. Is it time to servo overcharge some bobs? Not really, it feels like the hedgehogs have got this. I would keep moving them a bit. Dashing away, but we do have Nano Swarm. Pulling back the injured hedgehog. Good trade. I mean, this is a good trade. And we're going to be able to hunt these guys across the map. See this bumbling hedgehog behind the one with Nano Swarm on is also getting healed. And very happy trades here for our friend Jayxp.
Dimensional rift detected. A
Stormgate is
will
bang in the
activate
center of
soon.
the map, so we could get that. Korea have been transitioned into. Ooh, that's not a cancel. That's a dead array. Minus 450 resources for Celestials. So we do have the Kree. I'm not sure if Jay knows that. He's looking for more arrays for now. We could get a Vulcan to do with the Kree. We're setting up a flank in 3 locations. The hedgehog, oh, escaping, casting Nano Swarm on one of those Kree, which gets pulled out. Obviously, Kree are light, so do not take crazy damage from these hedgehogs, but they are melee, so it can be kited. Jay doing a decent job of kiting the Kree, but obviously the medtechs are stutter-stepping in awkward ways. Probably a Kree-favored exchange. I'm not entirely sure though. Ooh, almost losing that hedgehog in the back there. GG is called. I mean, almost a really cool surround there. And we didn't quite get the third base up for Vanguard, but yeah, good trades. And not much to transition into from the Celestial player. Could be Cabals or something. There are Vulcans on the way to deal with the Kree, and then the Cabal deals with the Vulcan, ideally. But 1-0, Jay takes it. Very nice. And yeah, it wasn't GG with the Faerun Hyy, it was GG with the... Actually, was it? When did we win the game? Oh yeah, the Argents pushed across the map, and the Hedgehogs and the Medtechs shooed them off. The Faerun kind of just got sniped down. I think I made the wrong map. Heck. That looks okay. It should say Broken Crown in brackets creeps if it's the old one. This should be correct. Sick Game says Mountain. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see the kind of flow of this matchup. CVV has not been witnessed today. But nice hold initially with the Hedgehog opener, and then kind of just like the first Stormgate goes the way of the Hedgehog guy, and then depending on what you get there, the game either ends or it transitions into, I guess, Kree. I wonder if Vectors are viable, because they're very easy to blink back, and you do get a lot of healing on the Arc Ship if you surge it. But it feels like Hedgehog into Vulcan is quite safe. The Seraphim stuff no longer very threatening. Like Vanguard versus Celestial would always have to worry about the Seraphim into Vector stuff, and now I don't think that's viable at all. Obviously Seraphim gained their value from creep camps, which no longer exist, so definitely not a thing. But Jayxp up one game on Aureil. Aureil going for the Celestial opener, which I call it that because it's the only opener anyone does. 3 Argents. And Vanguard going for the anti-Celestial opener of Quick Hedgehog. So 3 guys with Overcharge. Overcharge actually just ran out. But it also gives you extra mining now, so I see why Jay did it before building the mech bay. Barracks is sold. We have enough money for the Hedgehog immediately. Argent arrives a little earlier on this map because the rush distance is quicker. So you can see this Argent following in. We'll have 2 Argents in our base soon. And I actually like it. Jay's gone a bit more heavy on gas than he needs. So that he can make them repair each other in case of trouble. Aureil pulling away once he sees the mech bay. He says, I don't want a repeat of last game where he kind of just lost 4 Argents to the early Hedgehogs. So he's choosing to go home immediately. Oh no, he's shooting his own creation chamber. Oh, he's doing that on purpose to get the energy off of it. Wow. There it is. This will get nerfed. Because the creation chamber is quite good at healing. Power shots going down from these Argents. Farming his own creation chamber. He's going back to it to make sure he can get as much extra energy on his Argents, which now gain energy from dealing damage and taking damage. It'll be funny if Jade runs in and kills the creation chamber though. Kind of like Vipers in StarCraft. Stopping attacking with the Argents that are full on energy, obviously. Jay getting the expansion up very quickly. Yeah, 2 Hedgehogs expand 3rd Hedgehog. And Aureil setting up his wall to make it much harder for the Hedgehogs to fly in and just snipe an array or something. There is a risk here with the sensor drone being more available to Vanguard now. He could sensor drone and attack the array from the low ground. And that makes things very awkward for the Celestial player. Expansion up for both players. Single mech base still. Don't have the barracks yet. And 2 chambers just surging and pumping Argents. So this should be fine for Jay. He should be able to defend. Should be able to poke. Oh, this isn't good. Ah, no, that's so bad. Losing a Hedgehog from the high ground. He's pulling Bobs to build a sentry post on the high ground, I'm guessing. Yeah. So that will become a repair turret, and you should try and contest the storm gate, but it'll be difficult. But yeah, he's gonna lose the Hedgehogs. Oh no, he's not. That was close. Repair turret helping out. Oof. Okay, now we have 2 injured Hedgehogs. Things are getting more awkward. That one in the front looking a bit sus. That injured one looking a bit sus. Very stressful micro for Jay. He's got Bobs helping out repairing as well. Actually unable to... oh, it does eventually take out that Hedgehog. And a cool idea here, but there's just too many Argents. Like, they're killing the Hedgehogs too quickly. Pumping 2 hogs at a time. Gonna sell the sentry posts and those Bobs back to work. 3rd array is happening. Just Argents from the Celestial on 3 racks. One of these racks are idle, but trying to maybe populate the Luminite mine here. Creeping Horror has been claimed and GG is called. 1-1. System. Game friend has left the game. Tying up to a clean 1-1. The games kind of went the same way. But this time the hedgehogs didn't get the value that they did in the first game. Chasing the Argents across the map and then even entering the Celestial base and killing even more Argents. And this time obviously the Argents arrive a bit faster into the base. Leave a bit faster. And there's less space to cover before you're back home. So maybe a bit of a map dependent thing. But 1-1. And the winner of this series will play Hyy. So maybe CVC. I mean, Hyy plays both of these factions, so we'll see what he decides to play. But so this is yeah, kind of in between Boneyard and Broken Crown in terms of rush distance. You can be aggressive, you can be passive. The natural is quite well defended with the choke point here, but it's not like a ramp, and you can cut these trees and enter via the side as well. So it's a cool map. It's kind of a middle of the road map. And lots of space, big open spaces, no choke points. If you guys remember Titan's Causeway being just a map full of choke points, this is the opposite of that. There are some chokes for this Stormgate, you know, like ramp as well, so a little bit awkward around here, but the middle of the map is nice and open for those big fights. The Celestial Opener and the Anti-Celestial Opener. This time we didn't sell the barracks, which is a deviation, and yeah, because of that the hedgehog starts later. And I wonder what we're going to do with this barracks. The Argent's already running home because they're afraid of the hedgehog. I wonder if it's a good trick to just cancel the hedgehog and expand. I guess you don't have overcharge. I feel like they need to make it a bit better for Vanguard to be able to overcharge twice. Just slightly, like 20% faster energy regen on this command post. Just feels like the next 50 energy here is too long. Shooting his own barracks once again to gain energy is Mr. Aureil. Is that alright? Fighting's over, back to shooting this barracks. No? No more barrack shooting? Okay, back to barrack shooting. This one's full of energy, so you'll pull that out, yeah. Now this one too. Farming your own buildings. Hedgehog kind of just scouting around. Aha! Second mech bay. We're going all in on the hog. Which should secure the first Stormgate, and hopefully it's a good reward, and maybe we can make something happen. Oh, what the heck? Jesus, that hog just melted. The power shot. So for those that don't know, when the Argent is at full energy, its next attack does 300% bonus, so it does 4 attacks in one shot, basically. So when you see, what's the 6 Argents here, it's going to hit at the power of 24. And that's why that hedgehog just melted, because all of these Argents have been
Dimensional rift detected.
healed up
A Stormgate will activate
or
soon.
spruced up by attacking their chambers. Which I'm guessing will be patched. Once again, Celestial's finding a niche way to
A Stormgate has
cheese with
appeared.
Argents. Servers being overcharged and used aggressively. Pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing here. The hedgehogs are able to chase down the Argents. And if the Argents turn around, they get servoed, right? He's going to use them to take the Stormgate. Nice. And the overcharge lasts long enough for him to chase the Argents a bit and then also attack the Stormgate. Needs to be careful that the hogs don't get target fired though. Yeah, nice, nice. We've got the Stormgate is ours. And it's a Faerun. Best case scenario. Oof. Oof. Oh man, there's hog surviving. There's hog surviving. Beautiful. The hot plays. These bobs are kind of goofing around a lot. Ah, heck. What are these bobs doing? Step bob, please. Damn, yeah, the hog with the Faerun on it. Definitely effective. Just refusing to die any unit here. I mean, I'd sell the barracks at this point. So we can get some more hogs across the map. Ah, the energy shots. Able to just one-shot the hog altogether. Servo's kind of chilling a lot, building a sentry post now. It doesn't really matter, right? Oh no, we sieged the hog by accident. Heck. Again, a really cool idea, and this would work so well if the storm gets in the middle. So maybe it's like a reactive thing. Like if the storm gate goes in the middle, you immediately overcharge your bobs and send them down the middle of the map. I think, yeah, that could work, because the bobs are such a threat, the workers, and the hedgehogs can actually damage the Argents the entire way home. There's actually real potential there. Jay's cooking once again. Brilliant. Well, 2-1 to Aureil over Jay. A nice first game. Jay taking a clean win. And then variations of the same kind of dynamic of 3 Argent opener versus Hedgehog opener. You can see it go different ways, different plays with the bobs as well. Pretty cool stuff. Now, do we have a high ready and waiting for us? And then I'll go to sleep. Gamers, let's play. Okay, nice. You'll have to party up again, I'm guessing. We'll just take it in turns to host. Hello, Mom. GG's. I do like that Jay has this extra layer of tactic with the servers. Hyy as well. Doing some cool plays against MSRM with them. It's a small thing, right? Giving the workers extra movement speed, but all of a sudden... No macro games anymore in 0.5. We did have a few against MSRM versus Hyy. Went to the late game a lot. Celestials doesn't really want to get to the late game, so I think cell matchups aren't going to be like that. But Vanguard versus Infernal, Infernal Mirror, and Vanguard Mirror should probably be quite long. Brute into 3 Shrine has got to count as macro. Yeah, I think Infernals can get away with a solid scouting macro opener. Vanguard is kind of the wild card right now. It's hard to understand just what they should be getting away with in terms of economy. But it doesn't look hopeless. Like, Hyy made some cool plays against MSRM in their series. And it did get to a nice macro game. Sentinel Bio versus Infernal units. I know, we've just started this. It's 0-0. We've got Hyy putting 2 guys on gas, building a racks and overcharging, and we've got Aureil doing the Celestial opener. Chrono boosting 3 Argents across the map. Hyy adding in the 3rd one, and I think you do need a 4th one on gas to get the gas onto... Oh no, it's going to be about right. He could manually return cargo here. Start building that mech bay. We don't need 3 on Therium now, we just need 2, unless he wants extra. As I say, I think that's what Jay was doing. He was keeping a few extra on gas so that if he gets harassed by the Argent, he'll have enough despite having to stop mining Therium altogether. But exactly the same dynamic as we just had with Jayxp and Aureil. Have a hedgehog coming out. The Argents go all the way back across the map once they confirm that it's hedgehogs. So no damage taken by Vanguard other than they can't expand first with Overcharge anymore because it's so far away. Then we're going back to farming energy by attacking our own building. And that makes it very difficult to kind of poke with the hedgehog. Because this 3 Argents become 12 Argents when they first attack the hedgehog. So we see that, we see they have full energy. And we say, no thank you. Let's go home. Kind of just scouting with this hedgehog. Second chamber confirmed. So we kind of know that there's a second array with the second chamber timing probably. A dog? Look at this gamer making a scouting unit. The dog will waste all of the overcharged shot, so I think that's what it's for. All of the extra damage will go on the dog because you can't kind of target fire. Hello Stylu, привет, привет. Добро пожаловать. Yeah, you can't target fire the power shot. It's either turned on and the next attack will do it, or it's turned off and it won't do it. So you could turn it off until the dog dies and then turn it back on. But now there's 2 dogs. So either you delay the power shot or you don't use it at all, or you waste it all on the dog. It's quite clever. The dog is quite clever. But Celestial does just rush ahead in economy.
Dimensional rift detected. A storm gate will activate soon.
And you can see Hy's vision. He's getting dog vision. So before he can see the Argents, you actually can't see it in the observer, but he's getting little red dots all over the map, even when he can't see the unit, even high ground, right? So he can see where the units are. I mean, Aureil's camping the high ground here, but we can use the dog ability to see it. The power shot's turned on and tries to go over the dogs and reach the hedgehog, and it did do that. Do lose a Argent for free, but we lost a hedgehog pretty quickly. Well, I wasn't sure about that. I think we need to target the Argents here. Whatever reward he gets, even if it's a Faerun, we can just kill. We can just kill it with the Argent. Creeping Horror comes out. Hedgehogs try to fire at it. And we get it. Okay. Nice target fire from Hyy there, killing a lot of injured Argents, but kind of running out of hedgehogs here. Some nice veterancy coming in, but yeah, I think hitting the Stormgate is a bait. The hedgehogs, you know, they have their 5 shot. A lot of that was wasted on the Stormgate instead of just killing Argents. I think there we just kill all the Argents, and then whatever pops out of the Stormgate, we can kill that too. Shooting our chamber for energy again. I mean, at this point, Celestials is on double the economy. I mean, technically, oh no, we even have Therium mining for Celestials as well. So we need to take some monstrously good trades in order for this to work. And I mean like a 2-to-1 trade. And hedgehogs are good at getting good value, but if they get overwhelmed and just pop like balloons, then it's not going to happen. Being as efficient as we can, healing the hedgehog in the health camp. Oh, those Argents split off. Hyy jumps in, tries to do some extra damage. Oof, that hedgehog actually getting surrounded by Argents. Aureil did miss and killed the dog instead, but now he's just popping those hedgehogs like balloons. Ignoring the dogs entirely, they don't really do any damage. Yeah, you can see even one base double hedgehog production not competing with the amount of Argents. Especially with cheesing the energy on your own buildings like a Viper does. Servo overcharge in a couple of seconds though. There it is. Is this the monstrously good trade we're looking for? Remember, the
Dimensional
veterancy
rift
is also
detected.
quite big
A
here.
storm gate will activate soon.
Trying to keep our hedgehog alive. Dog and servos. Look at that. Able to get the surrounds. Nice.
A storm gate has appeared.
These bobs are kind of goofing around. Hyy is focusing, trying to make sure the dogs are getting the surround, but the bobs are kind of chilling as well. The bobs really don't need to be here at this point. We're going all the way. Third array fully saturated for Celestials. What the cow are my ears looking at? Wallace, where were you? I wanted you to play some of these games. Servers being used to take the Stormgate. Innovative plays. We've almost got it. But is it just a bait to get the servos on top of the Argents again? What a situation. Yeah, there's just not enough damage dealing units behind this wall of dog and worker. It's just not enough damage. Hedgehogs are getting picked off quite easily, and the rest of this army just doesn't do much. Stormgate looks like it will remain unclaimed, but GG is called. Whoops. That's 1-0 to Mr. Aureil. Tournament today? It's not really a tournament, Wallace. I'm just getting good players together and we're having some fantastic games. Alright, here we go. So this is pretty much CVV. I don't know if there's another opener that Vanguard can do that can stop the 3 initial Argents. Because even like 3 Argents will deal with a bunker rush or something like that. And Lancers and Dogs don't really do well with killing Argents. So Vanguard appears to be stuck on one opener. And maybe Celestials could do a different opener. But maybe they're also stuck against the Hedgehog opener to make the Argents, so I don't know. Maybe like a Vector or something. If you know your Vanguard has to do one opener, there's probably a way to punish it with a different unit. And I'm guessing it's Vectors. But, you know, there's no way we expand first or anything as Vanguard against this. But yeah, Argents shooting their own structures and gaining energy is a bit sus. Shooting the critters on the map for 3 energy, that's one thing, but getting full Argent energy from shooting the creation chamber is probably something that will get patched. Unless somebody comes up with a really cool new idea, it looks like this is where the matchup is. Okay, so Aureil up 1. Changing into, well, not changing, he's doing the same hedgehog thing, and we'll see if he can come up with a solution. Argent's running back. I mean, this is exactly how I told Spooky to play it as well. I'm like, as soon as you see hedgehogs, just go home, and you've got the advantage by expanding. So expansion will come in. Just 3 Argents. I mean, you could probably like make 1 Argent and then expand and still defend the Hedgehog. Just expand and then make your Argents and surge it. So that's probably a mind game Celestials can do. Fantastic game I had. Created a dragon and copied 4 more. The 5 dragon attack. You love to see it. If you copy a buffed unit, the copies are buffed too. I don't think so. They don't have veterancy. So if you copy a veterancy 3 helicarrier, it'll come out as a veterancy 0 helicarrier. So I don't think so, Wallace. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I even tested it. Yeah, you don't get to copy the avatared unit and have avatar on it. Alright, once again, this time shooting the arc ship for some energy. Double mech bay as a response. And I think we'll probably, what Hyy is thinking is he'll try and handle the Stormgate situation a bit better. I think he got baited into shooting the Stormgate last time, and Hedgehogs just can't do that because they burst all of their damage, and then afterwards they don't do any damage. Well, they do 1/5 of the damage, right? So Hedgehogs definitely want to focus those Argents down. Or he might run in and try and do some damage on the array, but I doubt that would work.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Could try and kill these reinforcing Argents as well, like they're just ripe for the taking. Yep, there we go. There's one, there's one. No? Hyy deciding to let it live. The Argent's actually running into the main this time, so Aureil choosing to ignore the...
A Stormgate has appeared.
I think Hyy hasn't realized what's happening. Okay, now he understands. Using the overcharged bobs. Needs to take that injured hedgehog very far away. Okay, ignoring the Stormgate altogether and going home. Big bob overcharge attack coming in. Oh no, these hedgehogs are kind of in an awkward place. These servers are crazy. They always end up doing this, I don't know why. They always just end up in random places, not attacking. Don't know if that's a bug or they have a low aggression range or something, but they seem to just get lost. Just pockets of servos everywhere. Lost in translation. The trade is good though. Crushing the Argents on the retreat. They don't feel comfortable enough to turn around and fight, which means they just get crazy damage done to them by the hedgehogs. Don't have Sovereign's Watch on that array, so there's no defenses here for Celestials. And if the hedgehogs are on top of the production, then how can we get out of this? Actually, yeah, look, no Sovereign's Watch there either. It gets lifted. Hedgehogs turn around. Are we going to siege? We're going to siege. Focusing the array. Damn. GG is called and Hyy takes one. 1-1. That was such a crazy game, and there's still idle servos, you know? So Aureil tried something different there. He tried to run across the map with the Argents and immediately gets punished with servos tanking and dealing damage, and otherwise just making sure the Argents can't stand still. Pretty stressful for both players, these situations. But 1-1 is made, so you can see it's not like completely one-sided. Things can go wrong for both players, and that's making the matchup more interesting. But it is seemingly there's just one build for each faction right now, which isn't great, and will probably get patched soon, hopefully. Prage next Tuesday, there'll be a big patch, and we'll have some more unit variety in the matchups. But of course, this only really applies to the top of the ladder. Down in the lower depths of the ladder, you can probably get away with a lot of cool, funny builds. Like the stuff Jay did with the servo rushes, that would work against most Infernals. Bunker rush into a proxy command post, into using the servo overcharge. Okay, so we're up to 1-1, Hyy versus Aureil. Same builds for both players, I'm guessing. Copies are buffed? Can you transition into other stuff, or is it one build all the way? I think that Vectors for Celestials is super viable. And as Vanguard, I do end up expanding and going into the Hedgehog upgrade and 2 more mech base. Though Hyy is, and Jayxp as well, they both ended up on double mech bay on 1 base. Because it just takes so long to actually expand. I understand that there are only 3 playable maps in the esports game because the rest are completely different Stormgate. Yeah. Playlist is peak. Rob's World. Yeah, this is Nina's playlist. She made it a couple days ago and she said I need to listen to it, and I have been enjoying it. So we can thank Nina for this one. That's Nina, the StarCraft 2 legend. An all-round great gal. Okay. 2 guys on gas for 1 hedgehog production. Yeah, I mean, Hyy is working in some dogs and seems to be effective if the Celestial overextends. Just for the wraparound and chasing down damage. Thanks, Nina. It's good. That's right. Annoying to scout on this map, but I wonder if you can dog howl and take the array. There's probably a timing there as well. Because you can hit the array on the low ground. Celestials are the most vulnerable to this because the array has to be so close to the edge of the map, or the edge of the cliff here. So 1 dog howl and you can already start working this power bank as well. And Aureil is walling himself out from kind of coming out and defending stuff happening here. Yes, you can see Hyy able to gain vision there with the dog. Yeah, opting in for that second mech bay. This is very reminiscent of old school Vanguard, where you're just stuck on 1 base because if you take an expansion, you immediately die.
Dimensional rift detected.
And yeah, for Vanguard, Medtech and the Hedgehog upgrade, I think is a solid transition, but I'm not sure. It might just be that you should get killed by Argents if you expand. It's definitely the way Hyy is reading this matchup. There are no more annoying trees on this side of the map and this side of the map, like the edges. So hedgehogs used to not be able to path through here, but now they can quite comfortably. I think Hyy can just come here and kill this array. With 2 dog howls and 5 hedgehogs, you can probably just kill the array. Oh, here we go. The power train. 3rd array. Looks like this is Hyy's. 3 blue ones. Hyy is the blue one. Bob charge is going to run out soon. 4 seconds left. And we're just trying to rampage through here. This array will have Sovereign's Watch. Needs to be targeted down. I wonder if he'll cancel it. Aureil could cancel it. No, he doesn't. He uses Sovereign's Watch and it immediately dies. I think cancelling it would have been good. And just swarming. Look at this. How many workers at home? 11 still. Shit. And that's the Sovereign's Watch used. There's no more Sovereign Watch charge. You only get 1 now. And absolutely just washed over by a Bob overcharge, faking that you want the Stormgate and just running into your opponent's base. Amazing. Amazing. This is peak Vanguard versus Celestial. Trying to raise this now. Hedgehog's already lifted up. or the sieged up to hit the air units. And what do we have? We do have one array left. But Celestials on eco, like on same eco, will lose. Argents are shit compared to Hedgehogs. Hyy has solved the matchup. GG. Look at that. Unexpected plays. Terran pulling the boys. It's StarCraft 2 again. Yeah. Actually extremely effective. Amazing. Good job, Hyy. I really didn't expect you to win this series. Vanguard versus Celestial apparently just took some big brains. Jay and Hyy both showing us that pulling bobs, servos, extremely effective against the poor Argents. That's really funny. It looks like Celestials can't take a third base, or we die to Hedgehog servos. I'm sure if Aureil didn't take the third array and just made extra units, maybe? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. But what's cool is that you have to leave your base as the Argents and try and contest the Stormgate. So the servos always have a chance of kind of getting a good angle, wrapping around. You take a third base or you're dead. In game 2 I didn't take the third base and lost anyway. Oh shit. What a problem. Is it time for Kree? Kree must deal with the bobs, the servos, surely. Alright, well GG Hyy. And everyone else, thank you so much for playing. So we had Aureil, Jayxp Hyy, MSRM. I'll be doing this again in the future, maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow. We'll see. But I'll be doing this again if you guys want to join in. MSRM not losing a single series in the King of the Hill.